Hey there! Welcome back to another episode of Learning Beyond the Classroom, the video series. Today, we're learning some more grammar. We're learning WH questions. Let's get started. First, we need to ask, what are WH questions? Let's take a look. First, we have who. So, W-H. Who. Say it with me. Who. Good. Next, what. Again, W-H. Say it with me. What. Again, what. Very good. Let's keep going. Next we have when. Say it with me. When. Where. One more time. Where. Why. Again. Why. And how. Say it with me. How. Very good. So, when we look at these questions, we see WH, 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 and W and H. So, that is why we call them WH questions. Now, let's learn some more about them. When we use who, we always talk about people. So, it can be a name, vựng or tan. It can be a job, a teacher, a student, or it can be a relationship. My uncle, my aunt, my mother. Okay, so remember, who, people. Next, we have what. When we use what, we talk about things or jobs. So, things are nouns, like apple, book, cell phone, chair, bag. And we can talk about jobs. So, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher. Let's keep going. What about when? Well, we always use when to talk about time or a date. So, we can say 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. We can say in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. And we can also add a date. So, March 5th. Okay, so that is who, what, and when. Let's keep going to where. With where, we always talk about places. So, at school, in a bus, on a plane. Let's keep moving. Next we have why. For why, we always talk about a reason. Why is he cold? Because he forgot his coat. Alright, and last, we can talk about how. So, how always talks about the manner. Fast, slow, happy. Okay, now let's dive in deeper. Before we start looking at our questions, let's review our verb of to be. So, we have am, is, and are. Remember, when we use I, we always say am. When we use he, she, or it, we always use is. And when we use they, we, or you, we always use the word are. Now, let's look at a question. Let's start with the who WH question. So, first we have this question here. Let's read it together. Say with me, who are John and Mary? Good. Again, who are John and Mary? Great. Well done. So, in this sentence, who is our WH question. Are is our verb in to be. And John and Mary are the object. So that is our question. WH question, to be plus an object. Who are John and Mary? Now, let's look at the answer. So, when we write our answer, we always start with the object. Remember, two or more people, and we say they. So, John and Mary, they. So we start with the word they, and we bring our verb over. They are my friends. Who are John and Mary? They are my friends. So, in this case, they is the subject, are is the verb to be, and then remember, with a who question, we can use people. So, a noun like teacher, student, a name, John, Mary, or relationship, my mother, my friend, my grandmother. So, name, noun, relationship, my friends. Now, let's go to the practice time. First on our list today, we're gonna look at some new words. So, over here, we have the word uncle. Next, sister. After that, teachers. And last, students. Very good. If you don't remember these, please go back to our family vocabulary video. That was episode 1. Okay, let's keep moving. So, let's look at some sentences. Who? He. Who? She. Who? They, and who, we. You need to write the correct form of the verb to be. So, am, is, are. You have 1 minute to write down the answer, and then we'll check to see if you got it right. Okay, pause the video and practice. Welcome back. I hope you practiced. Let's take a look. Number 1 is. Number 2, is. Number 3, are. And number 4, are. Let's say it together. Who is he? Next, who is she? Next, who are they? And last, who are we? Okay, now again, I want you to pause the video and write down the answer for these questions. Remember, use the vocabulary to write down your answer. You have 1 minute. Let's go. Hey, welcome back. Okay, let's take a look at our answers. Number 1, he is my uncle. Good. Number 2, she is my sister. Number 3, they are teachers. And number 4, we are students. Well done. Okay, now we're finished with the who, WH question. Let's move on. Next we have the what question. So let's look at a sentence. What is your favorite school subject? So let's look at the question. Remember, what is our WH question? Is our verb to be, and your favorite school subject is the object. One more time. WH question, verb to be, and object. What is your favorite school subject? Okay, now let's start with our answer. Do you remember how to start? That's right. We always start with our object. So, your favorite school subject becomes my. So we say, my favorite school subject, then our verb, is, and a noun. So, a subject. Maths, English, history, Vietnamese. My favorite school subject is maths. Let's say it together. Nice and slow. My favorite school subject is maths. Great job. Now, let's look at the structure. My favorite school subject is the subject. Is the verb to be, and maths is our thing. Remember, when we use what, we always talk about things or jobs. Okay, there we go. That is the end of our what question. Now, let's do some practice time. On our list today, we have this word. Let's say it together. An apple. Good. Next, a book. After that, teachers. And last, students. Great job. Okay, now you know the vocabulary, so let's look at the sentences. Over here, what? It. Number 2, what? It. 3, what? they, and for what? We. Now, I want you to pause the video and write down the correct form of the verb to be. Remember, am, is, and are. Okay, you have 1 minute. Let's go. Hey, welcome back. Now, let's look at our answers together. Number 1, what is it? Number 2, the same. What is it? Number 3, what are they? And last, what are we? So, now I want you to write down the answer to each of these 4 questions. Remember, use your vocabulary. You have 2 minutes. Let's go. Hey there, welcome back. I hope you got it right. Let's check your answers. First, it is an apple. Say it with me. It is an apple. Great. Number 2, it is a book. Number 3, they are teachers. And 4, we are students. Great job. Okay, that is the end of our practice time. Now, let's move on. Next, we have the when question. So, let's take a look at the sentence. When is your birthday? Very good. So, we have the same structure as before. When, WH question, is, verb to be, your birthday, object. Exactly the same structure. Now, our answer is also the same structure. We start with our object. So we say, my birthday. My birthday is, and then we always say a time or a date. So, my birthday is on May 5th. Say it with me. My birthday is on May 5th. Very good. And the structure for our answer is also the same. So, subject, verb to be, time or date. Okay, now let's move on to our practice time. Over here, we have the word June 3rd. Next, October. After that, January 1st. And last, we have 5 p.m. Okay, now you know the new vocabulary, so let's look at our sentences. Now, I want you to write down the correct form of the verb to be. You have 3 minutes. Let's go. Hey, welcome back. Okay, let's check your answers. So, number 1, when is the concert? Good. Number 2, when are your holidays? Number 3, when is New Year's Day? when is New Year's Day? And last, when is the meeting? Well done. Okay, now, once again, you need to pause the video and write down the answer. Remember, use the vocabulary to help you write your answer. Let's go. Hey, welcome back. I hope you got it right. Let's check your answers. So, number 1. The concert is on June 3rd. Good. Now, number 2. When are your holidays? They are in October. Next, when is New Year's Day? Our answer, it is on January 1st. Nice. Okay, last one. When is the meeting? Our answer, the meeting is at 5 p.m. Well done. Okay, let's keep going. Next, we have the where question. Let's look at a sentence. Where is my cookie? Okay, let's look at the structure. So, we have the same WH question, verb to be, object. Exactly the same as before. Now, how do we write our answer? That's right, also the same structure. So, we say, my cookie is, and then a place. Remember, when we say where, we always talk about a place. So, in my bag. Let's read it together. My cookie is in my bag. Good. So, our structure here is also the same. We have a subject, verb to be, and then a place. Remember, the word where always talks about a place. Okay, now let's move on to our next practice time. So, over here we have the word school. Next, home. After that, a bus. And last, a plane. Well done. Now, let's look at some sentences. Where, he. Where, I. Where, they. Where, we. Now, do the same as before. Pause the video and write down the correct form of the verb to be. Let's go. Hey, welcome back. Okay, let's check our answers. Where is he? Where am I? Where are they? Where are we? Now, it's your turn. I want you to pause and write down the answers. Remember, use your vocabulary. For this one, I want you to say in, and over here, I want you to use on. Okay, let's go. Welcome back. I hope you finished. So, let's check our answers. Where is he? He is at school. Great. Next, I am at home. Number 3, they are in a bus. And last, we are on a plane. Great job. Okay, let's keep moving. We only have 2 questions left. The next one is why. So let's look at the why question. Let's start with a sentence. Why is he wet? Say it with me. Why is he wet? Perfect. So, exactly the same structure. WH question, verb to be, object. And for our answer, exactly the same. So we start with our object. He, our verb is, and then our reason. So he is wet because, and then we can say a reason. So he is wet because he went swimming. He is wet because it is raining. Okay, there you go. Now, let's take a look at our answer structure. So it is the same as before. Subject, verb to be, and because plus a reason. So remember, with why, we always have a reason. Now, let's look at our practice time. So, we have some words over here. Let's go through them together. First, we have the word failed. Over here, fight. And last, we have the word raincoat. All right, now let's look at some sentences. Why? He sad. Why? They angry. Why? I wet. Write down the correct form of the verb to be. You have 1 minute. Let's go. Welcome back. Okay, let's check your answers. Number 1 is. Why is he sad? Number 2, are. Why are they angry? Number 3, am. Why am I wet? Perfect. Now, write down the answer using your vocabulary. Let's go. Okay, welcome back. So, this one was a lot more difficult. So, if your answer is different, it is okay. No problem. Let's take a look at my answers. So, why is he sad? Because he failed his test. Good. Now, we make a full sentence. He is sad because he failed his test. Very good. Number 2. Because they had a fight. Now, full sentence. They are angry because they had a fight. Very good. Okay, and last one. Why am I wet? Because I forgot my raincoat. Good. Now, let's put it in a full sentence. I am wet because I forgot my raincoat. Very good. Okay. Last question. How? Let's take a look. How is he? Again, we have our WH question, verb to be, object. And we do the same with our answer. So, object first, he, verb second, is, and then the manner, fast, slow, good, bad. So, he is great. Say it with me. He is great. Well done. Now, again, the structure for this is the same. So, subject, verb to be, and the manner. Remember, how always talks about manner. Now, let's do some practice time. Over here, we have the word sunny. If you don't know this word, please go look at our episode for weather and seasons. We did this already in our vocabulary. Okay, let's continue. Next, good. Well done. And last, tired. Now, let's look at some sentences. How, the weather. How, you today. And how, they. Write down the correct form of the verb to be. You have 1 minute. Let's go. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at the answers. Number 1, is. Number 2, are. Number 3, are. Read it with me. How is the weather? Good. Number 2, how are you today? Great. And last, how are they? Great job. Now, I want you to write down the answer using the vocabulary you just learned. Here we go. 1 minute. Let's go. Hey, welcome back. Let's go through the answers. Number 1, it is sunny. Number 2, I am good. And last, they are tired. Well done. Okay, now you have learned the WH questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Remember, practice all of these questions at home to make sure you understand the work. My name is Basan. Thank you for joining us from Beyond English, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!